Want to learn how to improve your drawings and make them more interesting and appealing? I'll show you how. Hi, I'm Adalina, an artist and illustrator based in Italy, and in today's class I'll share with you my process of creating expressive and colorful drawings. First, I'll take you through some basic animation concepts that are rarely considered in the traditional courses. You'll learn how to use shapes and lines to create rhythm and how to keep an eye on tangents and negative spaces. You'll become familiar with hand movements and pressure on paper and learn how to do proper hatching to better define volumes and shapes. Finally, you'll take your line art to the next level by using color pencils and placing color in the right spots. I'll also teach you a nice technique for giving depth to your lines and characters. To better follow this class, you should have some basic drawing skills so you can already apply these techniques to your drawings and see a clear improvement. As for materials, you'll only need some paper and two types of color pencils, standard and thinner ones. So grab your favorite pencils and let's get started. To achieve a clean line art, you have to start with a clean drawing. You can use a light pad to transfer your drawing on a new sheet of paper, or you can use a kneaded eraser to blur the edges of the sketch and then draw on top of it. But I highly recommend using a light pad, especially when it comes to very delicate paper, such as the watercolor paper. When I transfer my drawings, I keep the pressure very light because I just want to do some kind of underdrawing and I don't want it to be so visible. I usually use color pencils both for the underdrawing and the line art. A grey underdrawing wouldn't fit so well with a colored line art, so either use standard graphite for the whole process or just use color pencils. And as for the color pencils, I usually use very thin erasable pencils so that it's easier to put light pressure on the paper. For this particular drawing, I'll use two erasable pencils, a rose and a violet one, and three standard pencils with a larger tip for extra color. I suggest you to use colors that are in the same range shade and add just one color that is different from the others. In my case, this is blue. For the line art, switch between the rose and the violet thin pencils. Use the lighter one for the parts exposed to the light source, for me it comes from the upper left, and the violet for those in shadow. You don't have to be very precise, you can also switch randomly between colors according to your style and preferences. It's important to vary the pressure when drawing lines because this will make them feel more dynamic and lively. As you may notice, I don't produce large strokes because I mainly work with my wrist and therefore I draw many small marks. I also don't have a steady hand, so I don't feel confident drawing long lines with just one stroke. This has influenced my art style, and the fact that I barely touch the paper with the pencil makes my drawings look very delicate and soft. So, as I said in the beginning, you definitely have your own way of holding the pencil, pressing on the paper, and creating shapes and lines. It's absolutely okay if you get a different line art and feeling. Try to cultivate this difference and make it stand out because it's the basis of your unique art style.